My name is Riley Halliday. I'm a visual artist and a puppet maker. I'm here with one of the first puppets I ever made. His name is Chad. He's a hand puppet, and he can kind of interact with you because his arm can wrap around whoever's holding him. What I think about when I'm making puppets is, first and foremost, the character, who the puppet is, who they represent. For instance, this is kind of supposed to represent like a surfer boy, kind of blockhead dude you might meet who's funny but kind of like annoying. So I really like pay attention to the world around me. If the puppet is supposed to be symbolic of something, I try to put the symbolism into the visuals of the puppet and also think about how they move. The movement of a puppet can really symbolize different aspects of somebody. This is another puppet I worked on. This was for a music video, and the bird is kind of the evil character. She swoops in and eats the main character, who's a grub. So I wanted to give her kind of drowsy looking eyes, kind of a face that shows that she doesn't really care what she's doing. She's just there to eat her breakfast, the grub. And this is a puppet that moves by arm movement. So some puppets have rods. This one, you really have to use your whole arm to make her fly. So I have parts of the hand puppet here. And to start off with a pattern on the puppet, I like to make a little sculpture of at least the head shape and what it sort of looks like. This is made from Sculpey. I kind of burnt it in the oven, so it's a little charred there. But basically what I do is take masking tape and put it on half the sculpture, and then you draw in where the darts are, so the parts that go really up and the parts that are very concave on the puppet. And that's how you make a pattern to cut out your foam. And I like this green foam. You can find it at any craft store, really. And these are pattern pieces right here for the eyes of the puppet. I'm actually using a circle puppet pattern that I have here. I'm just not going to use the mouth because it doesn't need a mouth. And then I have a body pattern, or a body out of foam cut out here. And I made a quick pattern with darts and glued it in with contact cement, and then pinned the darts together to create a body shape. I try to make it come to life. Really, I play around with the body, make a pattern. Hopefully it works out the first time. Sometimes it doesn't. I really try to solidify, and I'm trying to in this process, solidify the head shape and the body shape. So the accessories like the eyes and the tail and the stomach texture can be added on and really make this puppet complete. But if you don't get the pattern right, it really ruins the whole puppet. So that's what takes the most time. And my favorite part is always bringing them to life, giving them eyes and hair and all that stuff that makes a puppet and a person unique. The human-sized puppet is a very interesting challenge for me because I have to think about how Krista will be able to perform as a singer with a big head on top of her, and also make sure the costume isn't too heavy and too sweaty, because it's extra difficult to perform when you're being weighed down by a costume. So I really want this full body puppet for Krista to become this puppet, not for her to feel weighed down by it. I would like to say this is my first time making a hand puppet and a full body puppet. And I'm very excited to, once they are fully built, to see how they translate into each other. And I'm taking my time and making sure that the eyes are going to be the same on both puppets. But the hand puppet is made by a little girl, and she comes to life in this full body puppet. So what does that look like with a little girl's touch? So I'm very excited to do the final details on both of them and make sure that they both come from the same world, which is the mind of a little girl.
Great.